and we have some sirens because I live near a hospital and a police station. Oh yes I do. And the fire department. Yeah. I have no voice today. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Coffee and a Kiki, RuPaul's Drag Race Recap, Season 8, Episode 6. So this is the other side of my apartment. This is my bed, and I actually made it today for you guys because I love you all so much. Wigland is a disaster right now. Like, disaster. I have a couple rental packages going out. There's a wig processing right now, has some hair color on it. Like, it's a wreck over there, and I just figured, you know, it will take me 5 seconds to make my bed versus the 20 minutes it's going to take for me to clean up in there. I was still getting the critique a lot that I'm too close to the camera, so I figured if I moved over here versus over there, I could slide back a little bit, and also the camera can be a little lower because this chair's lower. I'm not going to be like up in the camera like this. As much as I would want to be, I'm not. And it is a rainy, gross morning today in New York, which means that I look good. My coffee of the day is iced coffee because I didn't finish my pot from yesterday, and I don't like to be wasteful, so cheers. So I actually just watched Drag Race Now online. I designed a show in Connecticut called Polka Dots, the Cool Kids musical, and it opened last night at the Ivoryton Playhouse in Ivoryton, Connecticut, and so I went out to see opening night, and then we all went out and like had a couple drinks afterwards. I only had one because I was driving, I was responsible, and I ate, so I had one drink and I ate, so I was fine. Let's get talking about this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. And Bob was just kind of, you know, being Bob in the episode, but I think what people forget and what people do not remember, and sometimes people don't even know about RuPaul's Drag Race, is that each episode is shot in 2 days. So that is, you know, an 8 or 9 hour day in the studio. That's between 16 and 18 hours of footage alone to go through to make a 40-minute episode. And they also have to go through all that footage and figure out what makes good TV, what's going to make you like or dislike somebody, and also they cut and move stuff apart from different episodes and different interviews and all of that stuff to make the episode whole. So just because that is something that they had said about Bob at some point, doesn't mean that that was something that they had said about Bob in that particular episode. And just because that is something that Bob actually did say and did in said episode timeline, that doesn't mean that that's exactly where it happened in the day. That doesn't mean it's exactly his reaction to somebody else. It's cut together to make good TV. People, remember this, it is reality television after all. So this week the runway challenge was to create a Wizard of Oz inspired look utilizing the cast members from Little Women LA. When the women came out, they had already had their characters picked and they already had their drag queens picked. So the drag queens had no say whatsoever in who they got. My favorite part was, I forget exactly who it was. I'm gonna go back and find the clip to take the screen caps of it. But one of the women said that when they were talking about Kimchi, I don't understand what she's doing. She looks like she's going to the dentist. And honestly, that made me like fall on the floor laughing because it's so true. And I don't have a problem with Kimchi. I think she's gorgeous. I love her makeup. I love her outfit conceptions. I love her from like hairline down. She's gorgeous and perfect. But there's just not a light or a spark behind them, and that's totally fine. Not everyone has that. It's fine. It's just something that bugs the crap out of me, having that dead eyes, nothing there. That's me personally. But they said it looked like she was going to the dentist because she's just like, and that's exactly what it looks like to me, and I just had to give her some snaps. That is pretty much my favorite moment of the episode. I don't have two this week. That is my special shout out. Dunzo. I love RuPaul's dress here. This gown, this purple with the gathering, gorgeous. That wig, gorgeous. I love that color wig on him. I love the styling of it. Although, because you bitches know me, that wig's a little crooked. It's a little, if you look up here, it's a little crooked. It should be here and it's a little here. You can tell by the way that this hairline goes back. I've never seen him have a hairline that shape before, so I just think it's a little crooked. Michelle Visage, gorge. That hair, those eyes, the red dress. Oh, Michelle looks great. I'm not really a huge fan of Todrick Hall, and it's actually ironic that he's on this Wizard of Oz episode, because if you Google Todrick Hall Wizard of Oz children's tour, you'll kind of find out why I'm not a big fan of him. Marc Jacobs, das That's a man, Maury. He's handsome. I just never realized it before. That's a man, Maury. That is a man. Okay, so Chi-Chi and TT Devane. I don't hate the overall look of it. I really don't. I like the skirt part of it, but my biggest thing with it was that when Chi-Chi turned around, she didn't have a modesty panel in the back of her corset, so you just saw the top of her skirt and you saw her back. Like, there was no modesty panel back there at all. And I'm not a fan of that. I think it's very sloppy. All right, now Bob the Drag Queen and Rob the Faux Queen. I loved that name. I thought that was really cute. I thought Rob looked amazing. I thought she looked gorgeous. I loved that hair on her. I loved that height for her. I loved the white over the pink overlay lace dress. I thought that was very beautiful. I really like what he did there. Bob's outfit, that little tight tank top with a little peplum, I really like that. I liked this red curly hair on him. And honestly, for having done his face and gotten dressed and put his hair on and everything in 15 minutes, Bob doesn't look terrible. Like, he doesn't look great, but he doesn't look terrible. And I really like that color pink lipstick on him, and I like his little jewelry doodles there. I definitely agree with what the judges said about Rob overshadowing and pulling the focus from Bob in the runway, and I agree. I think she totally did. I've noticed that kind of thing happening a lot in the sister paint like me kind of challenges. Every once in a while, there's one contestant who the person that they painted is actually doing and looks better than they do. And I've just noticed that in the past. It's kind of like a pattern. Okay, Naomi Smalls and Jazzy Gems. I loved this. I loved her skirt. I loved the hair on both of them. I loved the detail. I loved the fact that they were sisters, but they weren't twins. So Naomi had a lot more fullness to her outfit, whereas Jazzy's was a lot more sleek and didn't have as much interest for her petite size. And I love all the different textures and patterns on Naomi's skirt. I loved the makeup on Jazzy, and I just thought it was really, really good. And I thought that that was a very great cohesive look. Derrick Barry, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Derrick Barry, I don't get it. Too bad that Derrick and his partner weren't the Tin Man, because then she could be Strawberry. Get it? Anyway, no. I like the idea behind it, but again, no. I sewed this. You sewed a hem that was uneven and unfinished and a clasp. It just was not, it was just kind of all over a mess for me. And again, like, Derrick's hips are too low. Like, they're just, he's so petite and his body is so petite that having the hips so low make his proportions look weird. If you put them up a little longer, his legs would look longer and he would look taller. Derrick, please fix your hips, please. I do like the wig that he's wearing here, and in the commercial that they did in the little hair salon, I saw Derrick's lace all around, and then when Dax had the blow dryer, it was flapping and everything. I was not impressed there, but here the wig looks beautiful. Like I said, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of these things. I like the idea of the hatchet, but it looks like a silver bathing suit with a curtain. And not even a good curtain, like a cheap, like, dollar store curtain staple gunned onto it. It's not finished. It doesn't look good. I just was not impressed. Okay, Robbie and Hedda Turner. I feel like it's way too busy. I feel like there was way too much going on, but I don't hate the idea of it at all. I really like the idea of the short skirt with the asymmetrical showing the bra with the jewels and the little bustle. But I feel that, like, the fur and everything is a little too overpowering for the entire outfit. And then they put the little wig on the shoulder, kind of like what Kimchi did when she had the hair challenge in episode 1. I would have made the bustle longer, and I would have made the skirt more of like a low-high thing, so that the bustle would be more prominent and pronounced. I would have come out with it on, removed it, had it over my shoulder so you could see the rest of the dress and the detail, because that's just closing them off. But those wigs, girl, Robbie Tarntar. I get it, you're old school, I get it. There are ways to style and blend out a hard front to make it not as jarring and as hard of a line. I expect so much more from Robbie based on his experience and his talents and other aspects, and I'm always kind of let down. Okay, Thorgy, Thor, and Thorgis. I actually really like this. I really like this. And what did Todrick say? He said it was like the Grinch who stole Christmas pubes. Like, I kind of agree with that. That is what the wigs look like. But I honestly really like it. Like, it's very, especially after having worked Wicked this weekend, this outfit to me is so cosmopolitan, as they said. Like, it's so cool. I love how Thorgy's had a little peplum and how Thorgis's had the little jacket, so it was the same kind of silhouette but reversed. I honestly loved the wig. I loved the makeup. I loved the glasses. I thought they were really cool. I think it was Michelle that said that, like, Thorgy is so pared down here. Like, she's not busy. She doesn't have as much on. She's definitely out of her normal realm, and I really like that. And Thorgis is definitely giving me some Lady Gaga vibes with this face. She's giving me Gaga. Just keep looking at Marc Jacobs. That's a man, Maury. I'm so happy that we finally got to see why Kimchi was carrying a little person and how this worked. In terms of the look, I love how, again, they're cohesive. They're sisters. They're not twins. I like that. I like the white stripe for, like, you know, in the movie Wizard of Oz. I almost called her Nessa Rose. When Nessa Rose gets killed, she has those white and black socks on with the red shoes. And I really like that they tied that into the outfits. I love Miso's outfit. I love the asymmetrical bra out. I thought she looked great. I love her with that dark hair and that little feathery headpiece. I thought Kimchi's makeup looked great. I loved the silhouette. I love the billowy arms on her. I love her with, like, the sleek, straight black hair. I think that if Kimchi wore her corset a little higher and cinched a little more right at her ribs, she would be stunning. Like, her silhouette would be sickening. Just up a little higher, a little tighter, and I think that if she made that little tiny adjustment, that she would be perfect. But overall, I loved this look for both of them. Not a huge fan of the dentist face, though. Just, like, not. And then we did the dance challenge, and I thought that they all did decently with the dance. For the most part, I didn't think any of them were terrible. I didn't really understand what they were doing with the brooms and the punching and the hitting each other. I didn't get it really at all. I wish that they had shown more of it. I don't know if you can see that on logotv.com or not. I didn't get that far. Right, and then we got down to the final elimination, and Naomi Smalls won, and I definitely think she deserved it. Her look was amazing this week. She stepped out of her normal box. She still had a two-piece on, but I cannot clock her for that. I would do the same thing if I was now fat. I think she definitely deserved to win. I love all the detail and the hard work that she put into her outfit. It looked gorgeous. The bottom two being Robbie and Derrick. Honestly, I kind of disagree with it. I think it should have been Derrick and Chi-Chi. Just because of all the effort and all of the customization and everything that went into those outfits and all the interest that they had, that he should have been safe for the effort put into it. But also, when I'm watching this, I knew that Chi-Chi was going to be safe. I knew it. Like, there's always that one queen that they believe in that's trying every week, never really gets better, says they're gonna learn, never really learns, but they keep them throughout the competition just kind of to see where they're gonna go, you know. I think that that's kind of what Chi-Chi is. I think Chi-Chi should have been bottom two, I think, because her outfit was definitely just a plain little hot glued thing, and Robbie's had a lot more interest and a lot more detail that went into it, a lot more work. And then with the lip sync, I knew that Derrick was gonna win. I knew it. Like, you know, I knew he was gonna go and do Britney, and I knew he was gonna, like, do some crazy acrobatics and some crazy dancing and everything. And just Robbie Turner, I love you. I've said this in, like, pretty much every video. I love you. I think you're very talented. You are a theater queen. Theater queens pin their wigs on. I'm so, like, girl, has there been a runway this year where nobody has torn something off their body? I understand a tearaway and a reveal. I get it. I love one. Trust. Be sure to check out all my fun social media stuff down in the box. My Instagram and my Facebooks are both down there, as well as my website and my email address. Also be sure to check out bobbypins.com, where I have a beautiful wide selection of gorgeous heat-safe synthetic lace front wigs and wefting, as well as styling supplies such as wig blocks, stands, brushes, combs, blocking pins, rollers, clips, etc. Pretty much everything you need to get your wig projects done right. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys very soon for another fun video. Thanks.